Oh, it is a Grom! Hey! When the lights go down in the city and the sun shines on the bay, oh, I want to be there in my city. Oh. So there's a car that's been coming up here. Okay, I'm a narc. I narked on people. There's a car that's been coming up here for a while. They seem to be going to a house down that way somewhere. They're outside when I leave for work, and I leave before 5. Sun is down, still sleeping. Normal folks are sleeping. Trade guys, you're getting up and ready to go. Me and the garbage men are already freaking moving around. But it's just it's uncharacteristically early for most people. Now that doesn't mean much, but you know, I've seen these people and they look kind of sus, to say the least. And they have a dog, this pretty little pit bull, that they leave in their car for hours and hours and hours. Now, it being that early, it's not that big a deal, but they leave that poor dog in there for a long time, and the sun comes up, and if you know anything about the sun and the car, even with the windows rolled down slightly, cracked, it can still get hot in that dang car. Also, on the way out of that neighborhood, there's a lot of kids up there, and they're hanging out at the bus stop. You got middle school and high school early, bro, early, before 7:30, and then you've got elementary school after, you know. And luckily for elementary school, my mom, or I always do that, Freudian slip, my wife is out there, my son's mom, Miss Tango, with the tiny Tango, the little angry. They're out there, and luckily she's there to supervise, you know. My wife was in the Marines just like me, and there's no woman in the world that I'm more terrified of than her. Little Hispanic lady. A lot of attitude in a little package. And so I know that the elementary school kids will be fine, but I do worry sometimes about my old lady, and I don't want to see her get hurt or have to do anything crazy. It's my job. But I am confident in her ability to take care of any issue. But it's besides the point. It shouldn't be like that. So anyway, you know, it's just suspicious. It's weird, right? It's uncharacteristic for people to, and they go back and forth a lot. So anyway, my wife texted me this morning, hey, that car is here again, the dog's in there, and the sun's coming up. It's starting to get warm out, you know. And I'm like, do you want me to just call non-emergency and have them just look at it? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I do. I call the sheriff department. Now our county is large, pretty large. I think it's the biggest county in the state. Maybe, I could be just totally lying to you, but it's a big county. So I call them, non-emergency. Eventually I get in through the dispatch. Dispatcher kind of was, I mean, obviously she was confused, but she was kind of dismissive. Whatever, I'm not going to tell her how to do her job. Anyway, oh no, I'm gonna yawn. Oh no. Anyway, She was kind of dismissive and whatever. So I get a phone call a couple minutes later from a sheriff's deputy. He's like, hey, I'm about 20 minutes, half an hour away. I will call you back after I see what's going on. And, you know, he's asking me, oh, what do we got up here? That looks like a small bike. Slow down. Oh, it is a Grom! Hey! That's another Grom! Heck yeah, it is! Shoo! Another Grom in the wild! What are the odds? That's exciting! That's exciting to see! That's the new one too. That's the 2025 Grom, bro. That is radical. Cool. If I didn't have to go to work, I'd turn around and frickin' see what's up. Anyway, back to the story, right? So, anyway, the sheriff goes up there, he makes contact, does his little investigation. And he calls me and kind of confirms some of my suspicions. He's like, hey, Tango. I'm like, yes, sir. He's like, I made contact with these guys. Male and female in their 20s. I'm like, all right. He's like, they're definitely doped up. I'm like, okay. I had a feeling. He's like, yeah. They didn't even notice him walk up. You know, they didn't notice him pull up. They're just spacing. So he goes up and he talks to him and he's like, listen, you know, what's going on? We just had a call, you know, we're just making sure you guys aren't, you know, you guys all right or what? And yeah, so I mean, they didn't, the guy's got a suspended license, but he wasn't operating a vehicle. The car itself has a busted freaking windshield, but they weren't operating a vehicle. Now, it was gone when I just left the neighborhood, so they must have driven it. But again, you can't prove anything, and he wasn't actually driving it. He was behind the wheel, but he wasn't driving. Right? So, couldn't really do anything, but he's like, yeah, they're obviously on something. He's like, I can say that without a doubt. What are they on? I don't know. Where are they getting it? I don't know. You know, everything at this point is, yeah, it's a little suspicious, but there's nothing to go on. And he's explaining it to me, and he's on a public roadway, which, he's like, it's gray area because it's county maintained, even though it's on the property of an LLC that owns all of that. So it's this weird gray area spot situation. So, anyway, there's not much we could do. I'm like, all right, I get it. I get it. I appreciate you going to look. What do we do? He's like, well, if they're up there smoking, let us know. But otherwise, you're gonna have to deal with it. You know, I mean, they weren't doing anything illegal. I have not seen them do anything illegal, nor has the lady Tango, Miss Tango. So all we can kind of do is just hope they don't do anything stupid. That's, you know, part of being American is having freedoms. And I'm not going to try to take away their freedoms to do what they want. But again, well, not again, because I haven't said it before, but as soon as your freedoms interrupt and interfere my freedoms, we got a problem. You dig? You understand me? So, there's that. You know, and I'm not trying to narc to get anybody in trouble. That's not the point. Okay? Because I am a big rights guy. I'm huge into your rights, your individual liberties as an American. You can do and say and think whatever you want, as long as it does not harm like you can't punch somebody in the face. You could say I want to punch you in the face. Feelings don't count, guys. Feelings don't count. If someone calls me ugly, that's not violence because it hurt my feelings. But I'm not trying to see anybody get in trouble. You know, the whole like war on drugs thing is ridiculous. It's not illegal to be high in public anymore. So, and even then they weren't technically in public. So, there's that. That was cool though. We saw a freaking Grom, bro. How cool was that? That was freaking dope. There is that one Grom that I know of, and then I think there's an older Z125 over here at Napa Auto Parts. There's a guy that rides a little Z125, or it's a clone. Is it back there right now? No. So, of the little micro bikes, little mini bikes, it's myself. I don't know who that small Grom owner is, but that's freaking cool to see, bro. I was genuinely pumped. Wonder what he's doing. He must have just got it and he's learning how to play with it. We can start our own little Grom club. The Molala Grom Club. All three of us. All three of us. I wouldn't even call it the Grom Club, really. It would just be like a 130 and under, you know? The 130 and under club. Like, I saw this shirt on TikTok, Tiny Gents Making Dents. Something like that. We'd get the shirt like that. That'd be funny. Group shirt. So it's gonna rain later this week. I think at that point in time is when I'll make my, like, you know, how to dress for the rain, how to dress for the cold. That's a cool car. For your viewing pleasure and entertainment. My concern is the waterproofness or lack thereof of my GoPro with the media mod on it. You know what I mean? It's got a little bit of waterproofing, but it's not like submergeable. And then where the audio jack plugs in, that's exposed. So, I don't know. What's the worst that happens? It shorts out and breaks. I can always send it in to get a new one. I've got that, like, GoPro, like, insurance thing. You get it with the annual subscription. Hey, speaking of GoPro, what the hell is up with your dang, like, your app sucks. Like, everything, you don't have a desktop app. You know, it's kind of bizarre. I would think that you'd have some way to edit your videos. I will say though, if you upload a bunch of videos, they have this AI thing that it'll make like an action edit of your stuff with music, transitions. It's pretty cool. But doing what I do, you know, not on the track, not really doing anything riveting, nothing terribly exciting. I've seen these come back and they're kind of boring. Also, it takes forever for the GoPro to upload the videos to its little cloud. Now what I can do, and I think I'll try this, is I can upload my video to after I upload it onto the computer through the micro SD. I can import it to the cloud from there, and then it'll do it. I might try, literally. See how that turns out. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm very excited that we saw another Grom rider in the wild in the middle of frickin' BFE Molalla. I love ya, and I'll see you in the next video.